What's up y'all, Wallamoose here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over how to increase your ranking and get more sales on Etsy. But before I begin, my name is Josh, aka Wallamoose, and I post here on YouTube once a week with videos regarding digital business and lifestyle, so if you're interested in that, please subscribe. I would love to have you along for the ride. Alright, so we're here in Etsy, and Etsy, just like any other search engine, uses keywords to pull up relevant listings so that they can show the user exactly what they're looking for. So you, as a seller, it's important to know how to use keywords to tell Etsy what your listings are about, so when people search for your listing, it'll rank higher. So we're going to talk about that on a large scale and a small scale in this video. Large as in your shop as a whole, and small as your individual listing. So to get started, let's talk about your shop as a whole. Alright, so this is my store, Waypoint Printables, and I'll be using it as an example today. So Etsy has something called Listing Quality Score. And this is the score Etsy gives each store to determine how well it is put together. So the higher the score, the more likely Etsy will be to show it to users. So let's quickly break down what makes a good listing score. And this isn't a score you can look somewhere and see the number. It's just something algorithmically based that Etsy does internally. But there are a few things you can do to improve it. So let's start off with the easiest one. So down here at the bottom, we have your shop information. And Etsy really wants you to have a fully filled out shop, so make sure that you have a headline and a description about your shop, as well as, and this is an important one, have a shop policy and a privacy policy. Now if you don't have a privacy policy, I'll link a video in the description below. I've made a video solely on that. It's free to do, but it's very important that you have that. And the next thing that goes into your score is something most likely every store already does, but it's having a consistent language throughout. So my description is in English, and if we go to any of my listings and click on it, we'll see that it is in English as well. So Etsy doesn't want you to flip-flop between languages, because I'm sure there's an algorithm for each language, and they want to segment those so they're showing people who speak English, English listings, people who speak Spanish, Spanish listings. That way there's no confusion. So make sure your entire shop and your listings are in a consistent language, whatever that may be. Next, if we go into our shop dashboard, if we look over here, we can see a tab that says messages. It's very rare for people to message me just because I deal with digital printables and it's kind of like on-demand stuff. But when people do message you, however frequent it may be, make sure you're always responding very quickly. As in ideally within a couple of hours, but definitely within a day. The next thing we'll have to go back to the homepage for. So it's very important to have high quality listing images. One, because it catches people's attention, and two, because it adds to your score. So it's kind of a win-win situation to have good quality listings. Plus, people are more likely to click on good quality listings as opposed to bad ones. I would consider this a bad one. I can't really tell what's going on, but this one is good. It's got the subject matters in clear high definition with kind of a blurry background. So just make sure you have good quality images. And again, I'll link a video in the description below. I've made a video just on product photography, so you can find that there. And then one of the last things that go into your listing quality score is having good reviews. I think I have about 18 reviews, and it's taken me about 2 years to build up reviews. It's very hard to get reviews because very rarely people who buy things from you will leave a review. So it's maybe 10% or so that leave a review. Also, if you're a new store and you're trying to get sales, it's hard. It's kind of counterintuitive having reviews and also trying to get your first sale. It's just very hard to do. So one thing I would recommend if you're a new store or if you're having a hard time getting reviews is to get your friends to buy your products or your family and ask them to support you by leaving a review after they buy the product. Now, they cannot leave a review without buying or experiencing the product, but they can leave a genuine review after they've bought it or after you've gifted it to them. Alright, so that's that for the large scale. Let's jump into the small scale for your actual listing. Alright, so like I mentioned before, Etsy is a search engine just like Google, where people will search things. Let's just do what's popular, Hocus Pocus SVG, and it will pull up listings related to that search query. So optimizing your listings is very important. So let's jump in here to your shop manager and actually dive into a listing. So probably the most important thing is making sure you have a relevant title with keywords. That is what people will search for your listing. So this listing right here is an emergency printable. It's something people can print out and write in their personal and emergency information. So in the title I have emergency binder printable, in case of emergency printable, essentially just keywords that are exactly what the listing is. And then you also have an opportunity down at the bottom to write in tags. And tags are essentially shorter indicators that further tell Etsy what your listing is. So you're allowed 13 tags, and I would recommend using all 13 every single time just because you don't want to leave anything on the table. So for example, I just have emergency binder, organizer, printable, just quick indicators that tell Etsy exactly what my listing is. It's very important to get these right. You don't want to stray Etsy in the wrong direction. And then finally, the category. People don't really think this is important, but I personally do think it's important. You want to make sure you're in the right category, whatever that may be. And the next tip is having relevant linkings. So this is actually a tip that goes into the large scale and the small scale, so it's kind of a double whammy. So on the small scale side, at the bottom of your description, I would always recommend linking to other items in your shop. So that's just in case someone lands on your item and they don't exactly want that, but they want something similar. So let's say you have like a jade necklace. People land on that listing, but they see it and they're like, ooh, maybe I want some jade earrings. So if you have that in your store, linking that at the bottom may get you a chance for them to link and buy that item. So always make sure you're linking to other products. And as you can see, I have a shorthand version. So all you need to do that is grab your URL to your listing, go to bit.ly.com. It's free. All you have to do is paste your link. And if it's an Etsy listing link, it will automatically shorten it to this, where is it? This right here, where it's like etsy.me with a small little link. So that just helps clean it up. And then as far as the large scale relevant linking, let's go back to your shop and quickly talk about that. So at the bottom, you have the opportunity to link your Instagram, Facebook, and I believe a website as well. I don't have a website for this shop, but if you do, always make sure you're linking it. Just get that link juice to your shop and tell Etsy like, hey, people are interested in it across the web. So even though I don't do this just because of time constraints, I would really recommend y'all to publish listings very frequently. But if you can't do that, something I do is make updates to my individual listings. So if we go back to my listing, every now and then, depending on what it is, usually my most popular listing, I'll go in here, kind of change up the title. If it's not really getting much traction, add a description, kind of adjust things here and there. That way, there's constantly changes in my shop, whether it be within my listing or straight up creating a new listing. Just essentially, you want to make sure you're always being active on your shop because that tells Etsy that you have an active shop and it's worth showing to people. Alright, so that's it for this video. I hope it helped. I hope some of these tips will really help you rank better and get more sales on Etsy. If you want more videos on this subject matter, I'll link them in the description below. I've made a few Etsy videos here and there. But yeah, if you liked it, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff, and I will see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.